Hey everybody, welcome to the table, and we are starting a new playthrough series, and we're going to be doing Talisman, the Magical Quest game, and this is now published by Pegasus Spiele. This is the revised 4th edition game, so this game's been around for a while, and at the time of the airing this video originally, it's wintertime, so we are going to be incorporating the Frostmarch expansion, so we'll have a little bit of wintry nonsense going on. And so if you're familiar with Talisman, you'll understand that this is a game where it's a roll and move game where essentially we will have characters that will be moving around the board, working our way, trying to get into these different layers, trying to get to the center to face, in this case, we are doing the alternate ending of the Ice Queen, who is now sitting on the Crown of Command. So let's take a look at her, because she's quite nasty. So if we look at her, she says here that any character on the Crown of Command must choose whether to attack the Queen using either their strength or their craft, which are the two main stats that the characters have. And if we look down here, she has a strength 12 and a craft of 12. So she's pretty powerful, and she has 4 life points. If each time that they defeat the Ice Queen, we get to remove one of her lives and immediately attack her again. If he's defeated, in addition to losing 1 life, his turn ends and they have to roll this d6. And these are the results here. So 1 or 2, we lose 2 turns. 3, which allows your opponents to get closer to the Crown of Command. If you roll a 3 or 4, she only loses 1 turn. And then 5 or 6, you may flee and immediately move to the Plane of Peril. Well, the Plane of Peril is right outside the Crown of Command. Actually, you have to work all the way back around to get to the Crown of Command. And then she's going to regenerate all of her life, because if you're the only one there, because it says if a character removes the Ice Queen's last life, he wins the game. If another character has already removed some of the Ice Queen lives, then a character only needs to remove the Ice Queen's remaining lives to win the game. So somebody can come in and snipe the game out from under you. And this is most important. If there are no characters on the Crown of Command, the Ice Queen heals all of her lives. So that could be a problem for us. And just so you know, the Plane of Peril is over here, and you're going to have to move through all of these really difficult challenges even to get to the Crown of Command. So anyways, a couple of things that we are going to be doing in this particular version of the game is we will be randomly being dealt a character to play with, and then we will also be using a couple of official variants for the game to help speed up the gameplay, because this can be a lengthy game. And so the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to have a choice to upgrade one of our stats, either our strength or our craft, in addition to our base stats. And then the other thing that we're going to do is we will start off with a Warlock quest. Now there are these quests that you can pick up during the game. Normally it's just, I believe, you just roll a die. Mm-hmm. And so the Warlock quest cards are actually going to give us something specific that we are going to have to do. So we're going to go ahead and get set up, and we will be back. All right, we're back. We have our characters selected. Chris is going to be going first, so Chris, you go ahead and say what character you are.
I have the Ogre Chieftain. He starts with a craft of 2 and strength of 5. He looks like this. He's one of the very few that don't really can fit in the rings that we have. He's going to start in the crags, which I believe is right over there. He starts with 3 fate, 1 gold, 6 life, so he's nice and beefy. And let's see what he says here. Monsters will not attack me unless I want them to. Whenever I defeat a monster in battle, you may dominate them to keep them as a follower, and then they can be used to use their strength in the next battle, which is nice. And then they are discarded.
Okay. And what's his alignment?
He is neutral.
Okay. And one of the variants that we are using is to be able to take one upgrade to one of their stats. So, Chris, you're upgrading your craft, I assume?
By one, yeah.
Because you have such a low craft. Okay. So I have the Assassin, which is, I have the yellow base ring here. We'll see if he stays clipped in here or not. Miniature looks like this. He starts down in the city. So just look for the yellow ring for right now. That's the character that I have for now. Throughout the game, if he dies, we'll get another character. He has a starting strength of 3 and a craft of 3. I'm choosing to upgrade his strength, so now he'll have a strength 4. I have 1 gold. I have 3 fate. Fate tokens can be used to re-roll dice. And I have 4 life over here. He is evil in terms of alignment, so he's a nasty guy. And I may assassinate when I attack a character or creature. I cannot assassinate when I am attacked by another character. And when I assassinate, battle takes place as normal, except that my victim may not roll a die to add to his strength, which is pretty good if I decide to attack monsters on the board. They're going to have whatever their base score is going to be. And that they may not, and then if I win, I have to force the loser to lose 1 life. You cannot take an object or gold instead. So this is going to be more so if we're playing against other characters. If I encounter Chris, for example, if I choose to assassinate him, he has to lose a life. Otherwise, I could go, and if I defeat him in a battle, I could take gold from him or objects from him. Neither one of us have any objects or followers. And since Chris is the owner of the game, he's going to start first. Oh, one of the other variants that we're playing, and this is not even a variant. This is, well, we're starting off with a Warlock quest, but in the Frostmarch expansion, there's normally a spot here called the Warlock's Cave, and you may you may roll a die to accept a quest. Well, instead of rolling a die to see what happens, we will just automatically draw one of the top card from the Warlock quest deck. So these things I think are supposed to be, I'm not sure if they are kept public or they're private. We're going to play with open information for the playthrough so that you can follow along with what's going on.
Okay.
So my quest is kill 1 monster.
And the reason I'm going to bring this rule up is you have to complete them as soon as you can, and they must be completed. So mine I actually got to draw was I must lose my next 2 turns.
Okay.
So I actually get to sit out for 2 turns on the very first 2 turns of the game.
Okay. So the way that Talisman works is we are going to roll a die, and the number of pips on the die is going to represent our movement. And we do have a choice to move between, we can either go left or right. And then there are certain spaces as we are trying to go into these levels. There's certain spots where we can cross over. One of them is if we encounter the sentinel over here, we can try to pass through him and go across the bridge. The other thing that we can do is sometimes we can build a boat to go across the river. I think it's a boat or a bridge.
It's a raft.
It's a raft to go across. So we can cross here, and then we can go over here, this portal of power, to try to go across into the plane of peril. And as we encounter each of these spaces, we'll go ahead and read the text so that you can follow along with us. So you're choosing to miss your first turn?
I have no choice.
Okay. So I'm going to roll a die, and I rolled a 1. So I have a choice. I can either draw, I can go to the fields on either one. So this is going to say here, field. It says draw 1 card. Do not draw a card if there is already 1 in this space. So the top card is an ancient artifact, magic object. So I can choose to pick this up right away. And this is when I roll 1 die when I'm about to engage in battle or psychic combat. And what happens is it can either explode, or it fails to work, or I get to have bonuses for my attack rolls. So this is one of my objects that I'm going to go ahead and pick up.
Now each character has a carrying limit of 4 objects. That can be split in between magic objects and normal objects. And you have an unlimited number of followers that you can have around you.
Yes. I believe there's something, though, that allows you to carry more things.
Yes, that is a mule, and that can be found, or you can purchase a mule.
Okay. All right. So back to Chris. He's going to miss his next turn, so he completes his quest, so that just gets discarded.
Yes, it does. And when you complete a quest with this scenario, the only thing you can actually get is a talisman.
Okay.
So, and a talisman is needed to enter the Valley of Fire, which is in the inner region there.
Here.
So I'm
You're all
halfway
set.
there.
All right. And I rolled a 5, so I can, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can either go to the chapel, which would be bad because I'm evil. I would lose 1 life. So I'm not going to really go that way. I'm going to end up backtracking this way, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm in the woods. And so it says draw 1 card, and do not draw a card if there's already one there. So let's see what we find there. It is a market, so it is a place. It says a market has been set up here for the rest of the game. On each visit, you may buy available objects at these prices. So I only have 1 gold. Do I want to buy 1?
What do you have options of?
The sword, the helmet, the water bottle, the shield, the mule, or the raft.
What can you afford? I'll just pull them out.
A sword, a helmet, or a water bottle. So I can have, the sword will allow me to add 1 to my strength during battle, which I already upped my strength 1. The helmet is defeated and lose a life, I can roll a die, and if I don't lose life. And the water bottle is do not lose life in the desert. And there are spaces on here where if you encounter them, you will lose life. I'm just going to go ahead and put this card here so that we can see that it's there for the rest of the game. Now, do I wish to spend 1 gold on something? I'm feeling that I need to, I'm going to spend my 1 gold and I'm going to grab a sword. So that's going to add 1 to my strength during battle.
Okay.
We'll put these 2 cards
And I'll
over
put
there.
those back in order in a minute. I actually get to take a turn this time, which is sweet.
So 1, you can either go to the fields or the plains.
I will go fields.
Okay, draw 1 card. Do not draw a card if there is already 1 in this space.
I shuffled these. I got another talisman.
Okay, so you have 2 talismans now. Nice. I have a 4. So I can either move forward 1, 2, 3, 4 to the ruins where I get to draw 2 cards, or I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, or go back to the city. And if I go to the city, I'm going to go to the city. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I am actually going to, this is probably insane, but I'm going to visit the Enchantress, and I get to roll 1 die. And so what happens is, if I roll a 1, I get turned into a toad. A 2 or 3, I lose a strength or a craft. A 4, I gain a craft. 5, I gain a strength. 6, I gain a spell. So let's see what happens here. We gain a 2, so I lose 1 strength. So the 1 strength that I had upgraded in the game is now gone. So that was dumb. But I still have a sword so that I can use in combat to...
So that does kind of help.
Yep.
This is yours.
Okay.
5.
You can go to the city, or you can go 1, 2, 3, or you can go to the graveyard.
Or I could technically try to go up there, but the... I believe the Sentinel has a strength of 9 to begin with.
He does.
And none of us are really that close. So... I am neutral, so going to the graveyard wouldn't do me a whole bunch. So I'll go back to the city. I'll go back to the city. Now, when you are on a space with a character, you can either decide to encounter the character or encounter the space that you're on.
Okay.
And I'm just going to encounter the space.
Okay.
So I am going to... Should I follow in your footsteps?
Are you feeling like you want... I don't know.
Do I want to be a toad my 3rd turn of the game? Let's find out.
You're going to encounter the Enchantress.
Yep. 4.
With the 4, you're going to gain 1 craft.
Okay. I'm very happy about that.
Alright, so back to me. I roll a 4, so I can go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the crags. Which could be, I could be attacked on a lot of these things. I could lose a turn, I could be safe, or a barbarian leads me out and I gain strength.
With a 6.
Yeah, with a 6. Or I can go 1, 2, 3, or I can go back to the woods to the market, which I don't have any money. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go to the crags. Let's see what happens here. I rolled a 6, so a barbarian leads me out, gain 1 strength. So, luckily, an encounter there.
It worked out in your favor.
Yes, it did. Got me back, at least prior to the one that I lost with the.
That's 5.
Prior to the encounter with the enchantress.
Yeah, she can be nasty sometimes. Why am I having hard time? There we go.
So, all right.
These are nice and tiny. So
Yeah. All right, so we got a strength there. So I'm back up to a strength of 4.
Okay, 6.
So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can go to the chapel, or you can go 1, 2, 3, or you can go over to the tavern.
So I'm neutral. So what is that?
So over here, neutral, you heal up to your life value at the cost of 1 gold each.
Okay. So that would basically be a free space for me.
Or if you go to the tavern, you can roll a die, and there's different things that can happen.
I am going to go to the tavern and hopefully not get drunk.
Okay, so he's going to roll a d6, and we'll see what happens with the result. He rolled a 1, so he gets drunk and collapses in the corner and misses a turn.
Fair enough.
So, Chris is...
Oh!
This is typical. Whenever we film a game,
typical.
Chris always brings his
Bad luck.
A game, A for awful, or whatever.
So-
Bad things happen. Okay. Now, if he wants to, he can choose to spend a fate token to roll a die.
Which I am going to, because I really don't want to miss another turn.
So he doesn't. So he's going to choose to try to overcome this drunkenness with maybe a different result, which is a 2.
It's better.
Yeah. So you get tipsy and fight a farmer with a strength of 3.
Okay. First.
So he's going to have an encounter with battle. So the way that this is going to happen is I will roll a die for the farmer. He has a base strength of 3 plus whatever I roll, and he has a base strength of 7 plus whatever he rolls. So the farmer is probably going to get whomped out.
Actually 5. I'm sorry.
I have a 6, so he's going to be a 9. A 9 farmer.
Wow.
Versus a 6. So the farmer basically slams him around, and he's going to lose 1 life.
Not a good turn for me.
So he thought maybe he was not going to be drunk, and then he basically got his butt kicked by a very, very burly farmer. So, all right.
I took the 6 die, so hopefully that's better luck.
So I rolled a 3 now, so I can go 1, 2, 3 back to the fields, or I can go 1, 2, 3. Or to the hills. I will move over to the hills and draw a card. Let's see what we have here.
Was this a discard card?
I'm not sure what that was. Helm of Warning. No, that was something that was supposed to be on top. Anyways, we have a Glory Seeker. Okay, so this is an enemy. It's a monster with a strength of 3. Says if you are defeated, in addition to losing 1 life, you must discard all of your quests. If you defeat the Glory Seeker, you may accept 1 Warlock quest. He will remain here until he is killed. So, this is cool because my quest is to kill 1 monster. So, he's got a strength of 3. I have a strength of 4 plus 1. And the other thing, too, is I have this ancient artifact. So, the first thing I have to do is roll and see what happens with that. I rolled a 5. It's going to add 1 to my attack roll. I'm using my sword in battle, so that's going to... So, I already have a 1. Plus 4, plus 1 is 5. So I have a base right now of 5. Plus 3 is 8.
And he has a strength of 3. 5.
So I will defeat the Glory Seeker. So if I defeat him, I may accept 1 Warlock quest. He will remain here until he's killed. Well, he's destroyed, and I complete this quest. So I will get a Talisman.
And one thing I forgot is you get a Talisman. Whenever you complete a quest, you automatically get teleported to the Warlock's Cave.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
So you should have been gone there at the beginning part of the game.
Right. So
All right.
we'll fix that.
All right. So we'll go ahead and fix that. He's over here. And same thing for me now. Here. All right.
You can keep him as a trophy.
Oh, that's right. Because I can trade in trophies to gain things. So he's got a trophy value of 2.
And I believe the way we are playing with a base value trade-in of 6.
6, yes. We
So-
lowered it down from 7
Yeah.
to, again, accelerate gameplay. All right.
So it's back to me. 2. I can go to the chasm.
You can go to the chasm or you can go to the oasis.
I'll go to the oasis.
So that's going to allow you to draw 2 cards.
Yep. I believe this is the first time we're going to be drawing 2 cards. So when you draw 2 cards, and I don't know if you can get a better angle.
They have a priority. You can just set them here. I can just tell you right now. So he encountered a devil, which is priority of 1. He is. It's an event. You are visited by a devil. If you are of evil alignment, you gain 1 life. If you are good, you lose 1 life. There's no effect if you're neutral. The devil then departs to the discard pile. So that because it's 1, that's going to be the first thing that you encounter.
I am not evil.
He's neutral, so he just leaves.
Yeah.
And the other thing that he found was a bag of gold. Exchange immediately for 1 gold and then place this card on the discard pile. So that goes away too, and he picked up a gold. So that was a good, you had a nice little trip to the oasis.
I did.
All right.
Sometimes it's not that good.
And I have a 6. That will allow me to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the hills, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or to the crypt. Let me just search 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, the runes. I'm sorry, the runes. Oh, let's see here.
And I believe you. Wait, how much do you have?
For what?
Your movement.
6.
You could if you want to.
And I could go back down
Yes, you could
around
go
the
back
outside. I'm not really sure what I want to do at this point. I'm going to stay up this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I think that's true.
Oh, the hills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Hidden Valley. All right, we're gonna risk it. Draw 3 cards. This could be really bad. So we have a bag of gold, which is a 5. We have a snowdrifts, which is an event, and we have Medusa, who's a creature. Great. So the first one that we have to encounter is an event. All characters in this region must roll 1 die. If the result is higher than your craft, lose 1 life and miss your next turn. The snowdrifts then melt away to the discard pile. So my craft is 3. So I have to roll a die, and if I roll higher than a 3, then I'm going to lose 1 life. Please roll low. And so I lose a life.
And you miss your next turn.
Yep, and I will miss my next turn. So that will end my turn, correct, right now, or do I finish encountering these things?
No, you end your turn.
Okay, so Medusa stays there, as well as this bag of gold.
And I'm in the same region as well. So I have to roll lower than my craft, which is
4. So it's a 1, so you're good. All right. That's one of the neat little events that came from the Frostmarch.
My turn. 1. I don't have a water bottle. I'm going to be in trouble.
Valley of, you can go, to the desert either way, yes. Lose 1 life, then draw a card. Which way do you want to go?
I'll go this way. Closer to the temple that way. So lose a life. And I will get to that in a second, but I have,
You'll have
4 life. So I'm going to draw a card. And great.
It's a demon.
Demon with a craft of 10.
Craft of 10. So a demon has appeared from the underworld to cause chaos in this area. It will remain here until killed. So he's going to have to encounter this, and he's going to have, he's got a craft of 4. So chances are this is not going to be a very good encounter for him. So with a craft of 10 plus 4 is 14.
I can't even.
And 6 plus 4 is 10. So he's going to lose another life. So he's down to 3.
I will be down to 3, yep.
Yes. Okay, so this turn, because of the snowdrifts, I am missing my turn. So it's going to be back to you, Chris. Are you going to, you're going to move away, I'm sure.
And I'll leave that for you to deal with.
At some point.
Isn't that nice of me?
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's not good.
Black Knight or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The runes.
I'll go back to the ruins.
Okay.
Or the runes.
Runes. Draw 1 card. Do not draw a card if there's already one in the space. Any creatures that you fight here add 2 to their attack rolls.
Oh, great.
So he's got a creature. It's an attack. It's an ape. Strength 3. A savage ape is terrorizing this area. It will remain here until killed. So strength of 3. Plus I'm going to roll this die here. And we rolled a 2. Plus 2 is 4. So 3 plus 4 is 7.
Well, I start with a strength of 5, so this is not too bad.
It's a 7, so it's a tie.
That's fine. Nothing happens on ties.
So the ape stays here.
Yes.
Okay. All right, back to me. And I rolled a 1. I will go to the hills and draw 1 card. All right, and we have a bag of gold. So exchange immediately for 1 gold and place that on the discard pile. So I get a gold. Back to you.
My brain just left me. There it is.
3.
3. 1, 2, 3. I can attempt to fight Medusa and hopefully get that gold.
Or you can go to the Warlock's Cave and get another quest.
Now, here's a very interesting note. Is if you go to the Warlock's Cave, you don't have to accept a quest. But if you do, you're not allowed to cross the Portal of Power until that's completed.
Correct.
So, I'm actually going to attempt... What does she have? Let's see.
She's going to craft a 5. And if you are defeated, you do not lose a life. Instead, you must miss your next 2 turns.
I'm only down by 1, but I would want her to roll low. But I don't want to have a dead turn. So let's just try it.
Okay. He's going to attempt to go over there. So so we go in order. So
Actually, it's a draw 3 space.
Oh yeah. Oh, if there are any cards already in this, draw only enough to take the total to 3 cards.
Right.
So we have an additional card.
So a
magic
belt,
which is a 5. So he's got to get past Medusa to be able to get her bounty over here. So he has a craft of 5. You have a craft of 4. So 5 plus 4 is 9. 4 and 3 is 7.
Nope.
So you are defeated.
Instead of losing a life, it says?
Instead of losing a life, you miss your next 2 turns.
Okay.
Okay, so I get to go a couple times. A 3. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to fight this ape, but I am going to attempt to assassinate it.
Okay.
Which is basically, it gives him a strength of 3. I'm already at a strength of 4, plus a sword is 5. Oh, let me roll a die too, because when I'm about to engage in battle, I have to see what happens here. It's a 6. I will add 3 to my attack roll. So this ape is basically gone. Bye-bye. Without even having to roll any dice.
Right.
I'll roll just to see what happens. I rolled a 4. That was more than enough to take out this ape.
And with objects, you don't have to use them if you don't want to.
Correct. I'm choosing to use it though.
Fair enough.
So we need to have 6 cards or 6, just 6 of these. Each trophy is
6
worth
value,
1.
yes.
So this is at 2, correct?
No, you have a strength of 6. 3.
Oh, it's total
3.
strength for trading them in?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And what you have to trade these in somewhere else though. You have to go, I believe there's a space on the board.
Nope, they just go to the discard pile.
Okay, to trade in trophies?
Yes.
I will do that. I want to trade these in and upgrade my craft, please.
It has to be strength.
Oh, strength. Okay, I'm updating my strength by 1. Okay, yeah, whatever I defeat them in is what I can get my proficiency in. It's been a little while since I played Talisman.
Out of the 2 of us, I have the most experience with
Yeah,
this
he
game.
plays this game a lot.
Even though I suck at this game.
All right, so that was so then it would be you missed this turn. Then I roll 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to.
Do you want to encounter me, or do you want to encounter Medusa? I do have a strength of 5.
I think I'm going to encounter. Oh boy, I'm down by 2. Let's see what happens. I'm just going to try to. I'm going to hope maybe dice will be on my side. I'm going to, first of all, let me I'm going to use my magic artifact, my ancient artifact. So it says when you are about to engage in battle or psychic combat, which is craft.
Yes.
I rolled a 2, it explodes. Nothing, I lost it. It's gone.
Well, at least you didn't get damaged.
Yes. So, I'm now basically rolling straight up against Medusa. I'm rolling, I have a 6 plus my 3 is 9. She's a craft of 5.
5 craft plus 3 is 8.
So I will defeat her. Because I have 3 and I have a 9. So 9 to 8.
How much craft do you have?
3 plus 6 is
okay.
9.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll take this. And then I can go ahead and take these other 2 items, correct?
Yes.
So the bag of gold gives me 1 gold. And this magic belt will add 1 to my strength. So that puts me at a strength when I go to fight. Oh, this is just add 1 permanently. This is only in battle. Good.
But that also can be lost.
That can be taken from you.
Oh boy. I will go this way. Portal of Power. If you're trying to cross it, there's something you have to do with rolling your stats. But because you're just stopping here, it's just a draw card.
Draw a card.
An ogre.
Put that out here. Strength of 5. I'll go ahead and read it for you.
Strength of 5.
An ogre has decided this area is easy pickings. It will remain here until killed.
So I can actually, whenever
He's got a strength of 5.
I do, but the funny thing is, I can have them not attack me, but I can.
Try to dominate.
I would have to defeat them first, so I could dominate them if I do that.
And you can gain him as a follower.
Yeah. So let's try that.
All right. So strength.
5 is base for everybody.
5 and 5 is 10. He's gonna.
I'm re-rolling that.
Fate.
Because that is ridiculous.
So you
11.
have 5 and 6 is 11 to 10. So you will defeat the ogre.
Right. So I can either dominate him, which adds his strength to my next battle, and then he's discarded, or I can keep him as a trophy, which I'll keep him as a trophy.
Okay. Okay. Go back this way. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The chasm. Roll 1 die for yourself and 1 for each of your followers. Do I want to lose a life, or do I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, or do I want to 1, 2, 3, 4? I'm gonna go to the runes. I'll draw a card. Hopefully it's not a creature. Fate bound. It's an event. The Norns have determined the destiny of each character. All characters, no matter what region they are in, must discard all of their fate. Then discard.
I have 1 fate to lose.
I have 3 fate that I'm losing.
Oh. I could tell how angry you are just by that slap.
That was not good.
Okay.
So the fate allows me to re-roll. And let's see. Go ahead.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You can go to the runes.
Or 1, 2, 3, 4. Oof.
Yeah, back to the
Lose
demon.
a life and do
the demon. The demon or the runes.
I'll do the runes. And
Draw
it
a
adds
card.
2, right?
Yeah, if you fight a monster.
Here,
I'll read it.
Transmuter, actually.
Yeah. Transmutor. Place. Roll 1 die. So on a 1 to 2, you become a slimy little toad for 3 turns.
Oh, here we go.
3 to 4, the transmuter explodes to the discard pile. Or 5 or 6, you may change any or all your strength points you have, except those derived from objects or followers, into craft points, or vice versa.
Now here's the bad thing. We don't have any fate. So this is not going to go well.
Yeah, let's see what's going to happen. It's a 6. So, very good. You may change any or all your strength points you have, except those derived from objects or followers, into craft points, or vice versa.
Which I can't do.
Okay. And so this stays here, though, correct? This transmuter, it's a place.
Yes, place to stay unless something wipes the board.
Okay. And I think that that's going to be a good spot for us to stop this episode. So thank you guys for watching this one. Join us again as we continue on our quest to defeat the Ice Queen.
She's gonna be tough, but I think we're getting there.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.